play from the 45 of Barcelona. And Rice again. A nice grab by Dempsey Norman. And that's down near the Birmingham 30-yard line. For Tony Rice to drop back and stand in a pocket and deliver a ball like that has to just be a wonderful feeling for him.
And how about Dempsey Norman? If you watch his first half, you'd say those guys have been practicing a long time. They've been running those routes after practice. He's been here, what, 2 or 3 days?
And right now, Barcelona's running its offense like this is a practice. Precision. 12 for 12 for Rice. 7:20 to go in the first half. Barcelona leading 8-0 and driving. Jimmy Bell, very little. Boy, those inside linebackers for Birmingham are good. McGowan, 53, was all over that play.
Paul McGowan is tough enough when he is blocked. That time he came through untouched and made the tackle.
With Dave Jennings and Nick Halling, Ted Robinson at Montjuic Stadium in Barcelona. The Dragons in Week 7 of the World League, leading Birmingham 8-0. We have 6:50 and counting to play in the first half. Barcelona in green with the ball, and Rice throwing. And that is a diving grab by Thomas Woods at the 12-yard line of Birmingham.
Well, and I tell you, Rice, you see him here standing on his feet, but he took a shot. I believe it was Maurice Oliver, number 59, the linebacker who came in. Rice just stood in there, delivered the pass nicely. Hey, how do you think Scott Ernie's shoulder's feeling right now?
On the sidelines, you know what they're calling Scott Ernie right now is Wally Pipp.
Now, keep in mind that Rice is about to get hammered, but Woods, nice going down, gets the catch.
Bell, the lone setback. Jimmy Bell gets the ball. Birmingham's doing a much better job as this game goes along of stopping the run. They just can't stop Tony Rice's passing right now.
I'll tell you one thing we haven't talked about, the offensive line for the Barcelona Dragons. John Branham has been in its center this quarter. What they do is they start with Bobby Sine and they bring in John Branham, but Kurt Mullen-Voorhees, the guards, and Mickle and Adams, the tackles have done a great job so far protecting for the quarterback and also opening the holes.
And Jimmy Bell's been in every play in that backfield in the first half. And on 2nd and 8, Rice play fake. Now rolling out and throws it as he's going down, and it's caught. A very short gain by Demetrius Davis, but it saves the loss.
You know, I said in the opening, one thing they have to defend is the quarterback now. Now, Rice rolls out. They call that a naked where he fakes the handoff and comes out with no blocking, but Maurice Oliver had it. Now, again, in the World League of American Football, there is no in the grass. This is called naked here. He doesn't have any blockers out there. So now here's in the grass. Nope, they don't have it here. So Rice, this is sometimes a very dangerous play to throw it, but he had Demetrius Davis open for the reception.
And with 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 6, Rice sees something he doesn't like and takes a timeout. Rice has completed all 14 of his passes. We think that's a World League record. The Dragons lead 8-0.
Why am I going?
I need contact.
Only wear soft lenses at participating Sterling optical locations. Similar savings on other Bausch & Lomb lenses. Some minor restrictions apply.
Back Tony Baker and the Frankfurt Galaxy clash with the Orlando Thunder. World League football on USA. Tonight at 8 Eastern.
Christopher Plummer and Simon McCorkindale star in Counter-Strike tomorrow night at 9, 8 Central on USA. John Miller has been the defensive standout thus far for the Fire.
Although there's a problem when your safety is getting that much action. He is the free safety.
3rd down and 6 now for the Barcelona Dragons. They have 3 wideouts and a tight end in here. And that one goes right through the hands of Gene Taylor, although it was tipped by Tracy Sanders. And that's the first incompletion after 14 in a row for Barcelona.
Remember, I talked about that 7-yard end zone. You don't have so much room to work with. So they're only 7 yards here, so he's running out of room. Now look at Sanders get his hands on the ball. But maybe Rice, if he had 3 more yards, he could have thrown it just a little bit farther for the reception and then the touchdown. But now we've got a 27-yard field goal attempt.
That's an extremely tough pattern to throw in that short end zone. Now Menka tries the field goal, and this one is no good. And Barcelona Barcelona, despite dominating this game for most of the first half, has very little to show for it on the scoreboard. 2 missed field goals and 2 fumbles, and they lead 8-0.
A modern-day ripper is on the loose. No one is safe. James Spader stars in Jack's Back on USA. Tomorrow at 2, 1 Central.
In the metro stations of Barcelona, some young musicians trying to get their feet started. And here's a new quarterback for Birmingham, Eric Jones out of Vanderbilt, an option quarterback. And he runs on his first play from scrimmage out across the 30, and that's going to be, I believe, yes, it is a first down for Birmingham. Birmingham brought Jones into a game 2 weeks ago with a special series of option plays to try and change up against the defense.
You know, again, most defenses in pro football do not practice against the option. Here's Peace looking on, keeping his helmet on, so I'm sure he thinks he's coming back in. The score is only 8-0 in favor of Barcelona.
Eric Jones was a second-team All-Southeast Conference quarterback at Vanderbilt 2 years ago. Trying to throw it on the run, and he has a man, Phil Ross, his tight end, and that is close to midfield, and that will be another Birmingham first down. 16 yards on the play.
I'm sure Ross likes the new quarterback. He's only caught 4 passes coming into this game.
Ross was a fine catcher in college. He caught passes thrown by Eric Wilhelm, the Cincinnati Bengals, at Oregon State. And so quickly, Jones, with very little playing time this year, has moved the Fire to a couple of first downs. And Jones fakes one way, throws the other to Ross. And that's another first down, and very quickly, Birmingham moves the ball to the Barcelona 34-yard line.
I said Ross would like this quarterback because now that's the second pass. That time Lindstrom, the linebacker, rushed the quarterback, and then he realized he had Ross in coverage and came back late. Ross was open, completed pass.
2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half. It has been dominated, except for these last 3 plays, by Barcelona at Birmingham. If they can put the ball in here, it could go off with a tie. Jones again pitching the fake one way and throwing the other way to Willie Boyer. A.J. Green on the play at the 25 of Barcelona.
Green giving about a 15-yard cushion on Boyer. Here's one of our Operation Discovery players,
Guillermo Gomez. And he will be the subject of our halftime feature, a Reebok halftime report with Nick Halling. He's from Madrid, though, and thus he is not the matinee idol here in Barcelona. Guillermo Gomez. We'll meet him at halftime. The most complete football player in Spain is how he is billed. We're coming up to the 2-minute warning. And it is a first down at the 25-yard line, and Birmingham will run the clock down now to the 2-minute warning. Very common now to have messages on the shoes. Even Guillermo has picked up on that American tradition. We're coming up to halftime at Montjuic Stadium. The Dragons lead at 8-0. There's a look at the Coors Silver Bullet passing statistics. The World League quarterbacks by ranking. Stan Gelbaugh, the London Monarchs, leading. See Scott Ernie hanging in there despite his injury. Jeff Graham and Kerwin Bell. The Coors Silver Bullet passing summary. Right now, Eric Jones, the quarterback for Birmingham, throws to Kenny Bell, but Bell is brought down for a loss on the play by Charles Fryer. There's a very popular Spaniard. They call Charles Fryer here El Cacahuente.
What does that stand for?
The cockroach. Popular? They like him very much. He is the cousin of Irving Fryer, the New England Patriots.
I know what they call him up in New England.
And on second down and long yardage, that one to Willie Boyer. That's going to be almost a loss. Fryer again on the tackle. Boyer fights his way back near the line of scrimmage. Now out of the sidelines, and Nick Halling.
situation down here is that Brent Peace has a contusion of his left eye, but that is not the reason he's been taken out of the game. That is a coaching switch. Coach Gailey obviously deciding on the extra flexibility that's given him by Eric Jones. So Peace out, but not through the eye injury.
All right, Nick, we have 52 seconds and counting to play in the half. Birmingham trying to get a first down play here. They have 3rd and 13 coming up. Birmingham has all 3 of its timeouts. That might have been a good place to use one. Jones. And that one is caught. That'll be a first down. Boyer coming back to the ball, and he just got inbounds and just passed the marker at the 13-yard line.
Now that's the key on this. Boyer coming back to the football. A rollout to the defensive right side, and Boyer running a deep pattern, but then he comes back to the football, and a good arm here, delivering it in. And there's Pryor, who's been on the last 3 tackles, but Boyer running away from him back to the quarterback allows for the completion. First down, 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Charles Pryor on 3 straight tackles. And they're resetting the clock. Burl Sorgan, our referee, resetting it to 35 seconds remaining in the half. They'll run that down here at Montjuic Stadium, where the fans, just like we saw at Waldstadion in Frankfurt 2 weeks ago, the fans really enjoy themselves. They entertain themselves during the game. Coming up on our Reebok halftime report, we'll show you Guillermo Gomez, one of the Operation Discovery players for the Barcelona Dragons. We'll also have first half highlights.
And again, keep in mind here, a 7-yard end zone makes it easier for the defensive backs to cover the wide receivers.
First down now, 13-yard line. And Jones over the middle, and that's to the 5 to Kenny Bell. Ron Gentz on the tackle. And to the 5-yard line, Birmingham takes a timeout. 24 seconds to play in the half. It has been all Barcelona, but Jack McNell's team has had 2 fumbles and 2 missed field goals, and Birmingham has a chance to get even.
What is it? Tell me what it is, Steve. 2nd down and 1 on the 5, okay? First down, 2nd. Willie, run a 2 route here. I want you to run a 2 route, okay? So we're going to run set. Is it on which hash? Middle. Okay, we'll go set right zipper, firm 272 out. And if they blitz you, you throw a 2 route to Willie on the backside, okay? It's going to be set right zipper, firm 272 out. Okay, you just run a flat off the backside. Run a flat off the backside. This is the under route, okay? All right, here we go.
Okay, we got a lot of short patterns there. He's telling Willie Boyer to run about a 5-yard out, also telling Kenny Bell to just run into the flat. But these will be short patterns. I'm not sure what zipper means. I have a feeling could mean motion.
They have to reset the clock again here. We'll also at halftime have a chance to discover the gastronomic delights of Montjuic Stadium. What are you anticipating tonight, Dave? Little blood sausage on roll again?
No, I don't think so. But I tell you, food over here has been great. Had a lot of fun. I found some fish, found some chicken, so I'm right up my alley. That other stuff in Germany didn't quite appeal to me.
You like those little octopuses that we had for dinner last night, didn't you?
Is that what you told me? That was chicken with extra legs.
No, yeah.
That's what you told me.
All right, clock is reset now at 26 seconds, and Birmingham still has 2 timeouts remaining. Barcelona leading 8-0, but the Fire threatening. 2nd down and a yard from the 5-yard line.
Here's the zipper.
Mobley was the man in motion, and that one is intercepted by Charles Pryor. El Cacahuete, the Peanuts, and he comes away with the interception to stop Birmingham at the goal line.
I'll tell you, 2 weeks ago in Frankfurt, I said the toughest pattern down the goal line to defend is that quick slant, and Pryor just sat on it and closed beautifully, and end play, tipped the ball in the air. Boyer, just a quick slant. Now look how quickly Fryer closes on it. He read it the whole way, had Boyer man for man, tips it, and that is a huge play. It saved at least 3, possibly 6, 7, or 8. Watch Fryer just close out. Look at the speed closing.
And closing has been the problem for both teams. Barcelona went 80 yards on its last possession, missed a field goal to get no points. And now Birmingham goes 75 yards, and with the interception, gets no points. And the Dragons trying to run the clock out.
What's up, son?
Charles Fryer with the interception to save the shutout at halftime. So Barcelona has the lead. They terribly outplayed the Birmingham Fire until that last drive. Barcelona would have to feel like they should have a bigger lead than what they do. 8-0 Dragons at halftime. And now let's go down to Nick Halling.
Dominance of that first half, just a lead of 8 points. Are you a little concerned at this stage?
I'm very concerned. In fact, down in there, I think they're about ready to score. We missed the extra point. We missed the chip shot field goal, and they missed another field goal. But Birmingham's playing hard. Our guys are playing hard, and it's going to be a heck of a second half.
Now, the Fire have brought in this option quarterback. Is that going to cause a bit of a defensive rethink at halftime?
Yeah, it definitely does. Anytime you get a quarterback, he can scramble. He ran a naked in that one period coming down. The guy ran an option. It's always a problem. You get a quarterback that can run.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Back up to Ted.
All right, Nick, thank you. Nighttime at Barcelona. A cool evening. We've had a lot of offensive football, but not much closing. The Dragons lead at halftime. The Reebok halftime report next.
Recovery.
The World League on USA is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the World League.
Halftime in Barcelona, leading Birmingham 8-0. Fireworks, the order of the night here in Barcelona as they entertain the folks here. The Dragons lead 8-0, and now it's time for a look at one of Barcelona's popular players in our Reebok halftime report.
The Reebok Halftime Report, brought to you by the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up, and they're out.
Barcelona, a rebellious city, a medieval town, a place where creativity knows no bounds, a culture between the Pyrenean frontier and the Costa Brava that inspired the architect Gaudi and the sculptor-painter Miró. Barcelona, a boastful city, a port city, a land to feast on paella, grow up playing soccer, and reach a ripe old age in the golden Mediterranean sun. Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492, and Guillermo Gomez found football in 1991.
You gotta be smart to play football, because if there's a big guy, I mean, amazing guy, strong, whatever, but he's not smart at all, he cannot play. So that's what attracted me from football. That is a sport that you need your head, you need your heart, you need your body.
And with his head and his heart, Guillermo began to train his body early this year, all in the hope of playing for the new team in town, the Barcelona Dragons.
Probably I'm gonna begin being the worst player in the league. But that's exciting for me, you know, because I want to show everybody, I mean, not only the people in my country or in my city or in my team or the rest of the teams, just the American guys, you know, that I can play.
Guillermo only played football for a couple of years. He was Spain's best running back in an amateur league in his hometown of Madrid. Dreams of someday playing pro were remote until Operation Discovery gave him his chance. He worked out hard and made it into the World League for the Barcelona Dragons.
I think they saw me. They saw in me the raw talent. That's what they call it. You know, they said, okay, maybe this guy has been playing football. He doesn't have much technique or whatever, but we can teach them. You know. So they saw attitude in me.
Sí, dale por debajo. Tú tienes que cubrir a Enrique.
I want the American football to be one of the top sports in Spain.
Down, Enrique.
I'm really interested in growth football in Spain, you know, and teach the kids because I know they're interested. I can tell that because my brothers are interested in football, you know, and I love to teach them whenever I can.
Guillermo's love of the game has infected his entire family. They get together to watch his games on TV. And Guillermo's mother, much like any mother from any country, worries about her son getting hurt. But his brothers love it, and soon they may even get to see Guillermo making the big plays.
You know, I would see in television American football because it's more spectacular. Now it's fashion football to talk about football, American football here in Spain.
I'm very happy that he's going to play there, and I think he's more happy than I am, and he will play very good and he will do well.
Although Guillermo hasn't seen much action yet, his enthusiasm has carried him far. He's making friends, playing football, and learning more about the game than he ever thought he would in Spain.
Each day I'm learning with American guys in my team, and they're showing me how to spin, how to stiff arm, how to hit better, how to run, how to look, how to follow blocks, everything. That's like goal for me, you know.
Maybe one of Guillermo's most important functions was showing the Barcelona players where the hamburger joints were in downtown. We'll be back with more halftime from Barcelona in a moment.
Pump up and air out.
Look at that. What we've seen, Barcelona is why here they refer to American football as El Espectaculo, the spectacle. Enough gunpowder to fund a couple of wars here tonight, here at halftime. Barcelona leads 8-0, and Dave, what did we find from the concession stands here tonight? Well, this is called a bocadillo. I got my chips, folks. Got my chips. No bread. You're not brave at all. Absolutely not. Bocadillo's a long piece of bread here, and it's got jamon on it. Spanish ham. You sure I can't sell you by chips? Okay, well, while I sample this, why don't you talk us through some of the highlights of the first half? All right, the first half was really all Barcelona, including a couple of turnovers, but it started off with Eric Lindstrom making a big play after the opening kickoff. You see him, number 50, gets down low and makes the tackle of Elroy Harris in the end zone for the safety. You can see Lindstrom is celebrating, so that was the big play, 2-0. A little later, you had Lydell Carr down inside. He's the go-to guy on the goal line. And watch the power as he meets the defensive back, but just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. And Lydell Carr gets his 7th touchdown in 7 games. Now, late in the first half, Birmingham moved down. They made the quarterback change. Watch Charles Fryer just close on the pass, cut in front. Pass maybe thrown a little behind, but Charles Fryer doing a nice job keeping the ball in his sights and making the interception to make sure that Birmingham does not score. As a result, Barcelona scores 8-0.
And let's go down to the sidelines now and Nick Hawley.
Coach Gainey, why did you make the switch at quarterback?
Well, the reason is I felt like we needed to change up. Eric can do some things with the option. We ran the option the first play and gained 10 yards or so. He can run the other aspects of our offense too. He just gives a little bit of a change up, a little bit of another dimension, very similar to what Tony Rice does, for Barcelona.
Yeah, Rice had an outstanding first half. What adjustments have you made at halftime to try and cope with that?
Well, we've got to stop that 4 wides package. That'll be the number one thing. They're doing a very good job of throwing the football, which is, they've normally done a good job of running it. Now they're throwing it, so we've got to adjust to that.
Thank you, Coach. Back up to you, Ted.
Well, they're dancing to the sounds of Jerry Lee Lewis right now, and they can still see the field through all the smoke from the fireworks. We'll have the second half kickoff for you from Barcelona in a moment.
Natural choice.
Call Hair Replacement Centers now for your free informative booklet, 1-800-453-6600.
The World League on USA is brought to you by Allstate. For home, auto, life, and business insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate. and by the Coca-Cola Company and your local Coca-Cola bottler.
Dave Jennings had no courage, but this youngster does. She samples the Montjuic Bocadillo. Tonight, the World League comes from Orlando, Frankfurt at Orlando with Tim Brandt, Dan Marino, and Mick Luckhurst. Some will see Bill McAtee and Warren Moon with Montreal at Sacramento. Monday night, Brad Nessler, Boomer Esiason, and Michael Barkan. London starts its North American swing at San Antonio. We're set for the second half here. Birmingham in white to kick off, trailing 8-0 to the Barcelona Dragons. Kirk Maggio kicks it high and short, and Demetrius Davis takes it at the 20. Boy, and the fans here like that, seeing the big tight end lumber up the middle on a kickoff return near the 40-yard line.
Jack Bicknell standing next to Dick Curl. Dick Curl on the left, the offensive coordinator. And he obviously has already given in the play to the quarterback, Tony Rice.
We have not seen Paul Palmer tonight. Jimmy Bell continues as the lone setback. Two tight ends in here for the Dragons. And Birmingham all over that again. It's John Brantley this time. But the two tight end set was in that backfield right away to bring down Bell.
Trying to run the counter to the left side. We talked about Brantley early on, but the inside backers, we haven't talked about him a whole lot. But that time, Brantley getting in quickly to stop the running game for a loss of 3 yards.
Well, Birmingham did a good job against Barcelona's running game in the first half, but not the passing game. Rice was 14 for 15. And on 2nd and 14, Rice throws. Catch by Davis. And a big gain up near midfield and just shy of the first down.
I tell you, Rice did a real nice job that time, stepping up into the pocket. Davis on the left side releasing downfield, but Rice right there stepping up. Maurice Oliver, number 59, the outside linebacker, came.
Tony Rice is going back to Saskatchewan, Canada this summer. He will rejoin the Saskatchewan Roughriders of the Canadian League, where he played very sparingly last year. Two tight ends set on 3rd down, and Bell gets the first. First down in Birmingham territory. The numbers from the first half, Dave, Barcelona has to be incredibly disappointed. 253 yards of offense and only 1 touchdown.
This is the big one right here, the turnovers. That's what hurt them so much, because they moved the ball well, got down, and were moving it, but they only came out with 8 points.
Birmingham got most of those first downs on their last drive when they, too, came up empty-handed. Rice again underneath. Demetrius Davis. And a short gain. James Henry, 45, made the tackle at the 40-yard line.
You know, one thing that's allowed Rice to have a very, very good game tonight is the offensive line doing a good job. They've come out here, started with 2 tight ends. Good blocking by that front 5.
5 zone directed on 1, ready?
A 5 zone directed. That means they're going to run it probably to the left side. There's Palmer in the jacket, hasn't played. See if they run this to the left side.
And again, it's John Brantley. Well, John Brantley may be able to smell those plays out. He's been in there quickly on 2 of them. And a big loss will bring up 3rd down for the Dragons. Vince Dooley called John Brantley the best linebacker he ever coached at Georgia. That's pretty high praise. Second team All-American while he was there. He has 6 tackles already tonight. 3rd down and 8. 4 wide receivers for Barcelona. And they pick up the blitz, and the pass is caught. The first down. Tim Edgerton. And the first down for Barcelona.
They had Edgerton on the outside, Norman on the inside. Norman cleared it out, and Edgerton ran behind him and got free. Keep an eye on McGowan. Now he's going to drop into coverage. The linebacker is going to have to pick him up, and a good shot. But look at the catch by Edgerton. Kept the hold, and I'll tell you, that's what a linebacker likes. McGowan being able to hit one of those wide receivers when he's not looking.
Rice continues his precision passing. That time not. That's the first misfire. Only the 2nd incompletion, but the first poorly thrown ball by Rice.
840 solid, out back. Double right, 840 solid.
Out back on one, ready?
See if he rolls out to his right on a drop back to the right on this pass.
4 minutes into the third quarter, Barcelona leading 8-0 and trying to add. Back across the field, and Davis has it for just a couple of yards. James Henry again on the tackle.
You know, when Barcelona goes with those two tight ends, what they like to do is they delay them out. And we've seen Davis delay a couple of times, and it seems like they're playing him as a deep threat. But he just releases out in the flat. He's caught a couple of passes.
Barcelona has had the ball the entire second half, and now they face 3rd and 7 at the Birmingham 28. Rice. And incomplete. A couple of hands got up and finally went through Gene Taylor's. And again, the Dragons move the ball and stop. And now have a decision to make. It'll be a 45-yard field goal attempt if they choose that. Monka has already missed 2.
Well, you heard Coach Bicknell shout field goal. Boy, Taylor had an opportunity to make a catch. I don't know if the ball was tipped by one of the defensive backs, but he got behind them. And now Massimo Monka, who is 0 for 2, as you can see. He'd like to get on the board. Now he got a timeout with 3 seconds left on the play clock.
Monka's longest this year, 42.
Okay, he is 1 for 4 inside the 40, outside the 40.
Let's go. Come on, do a good job up front. Here we go, man.
Bicknell said it was his fault. He told his players the timeout was his fault because it took a few seconds to make the decision. And the field goal team was not able to get properly set. Well, Monka, who set a career field goal record at Penn State, will try to prove he has the leg to boo one from 46. They have, just like Frankfurt, a lot of modern rock music that plays over the public address system here during the games, and they have a very professional-looking crew of animadoras, cheerleaders. Now we're set. Luis Aguiar, the punter, does the holding. And Manka gets a line drive kickoff here that again had the leg, but not the accuracy. So Manka has missed 3 field goals, and somehow Birmingham stays in the game.
We just made recorded history again.
Kickers are the most beloved species, aren't they?
Well, look at this. Monka misses a field goal, so Oliver first goes by, and now number 24, Hunter, comes by, and he waves at him. I'll tell you, one of the guys from Barcelona ought to come over and retaliate. I remember in a Super Bowl 20 years ago, Cliff Harris did that to Roy Girella. Jack Lambert threw Harris down. It was a turning point in that Super Bowl game.
Monka's missed 3 field goals, although 2 of them were long ones. And Barcelona still leads 8-0. Eric Jones in for Birmingham, and he drills that to Boyer. He spun away from Charles Fryer, and Willie Boyer has a Birmingham first down at the 43-yard line.
I tell you, you got to be impressed with 2 quarterbacks who one didn't expect to see in this game, especially Eric Jones, 8 for 9 for 79 yards, and Tony Rice. Both quarterbacks doing an outstanding job.
Rice is 18 for 20, and Jones, who saw his fine numbers in his brief appearance so far, hands the ball off to Steve Avery. And that was for a very short game. Bruce Clark up front, helping make the play for the Barcelona Dragons.
You know, one thing Jack McNeil told me yesterday at practice, he said, you know, teams move the ball on us, but they don't always score. And we've seen that tonight.
The defensive front's been a big reason. Barcelona with Bruce Clark, Mike Ruth, and Steve Alvord. That's as fine a trio as there is in the World League. Good play fake there by Jones. And the pass is misfired, but we have a flag flying in late.
It could be our first penalty flag of the night. I'd have a guy downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield. number 75 of the offense, 10 yards of down, 3rd down.
That's a costly penalty for the Birmingham Fire. Rich Schoenwolf. And it moves him back 10 yards and loses the down. So it's going to be 3rd down in the long distance.
Formation, go with it.
Schoenwolf coming in at right tackle that time. He was downfield. He got lost it down plus 10 yards. That's a big penalty.
3rd down from the 35-yard line. They have to get to the 48 of Barcelona, and there are some flags down as the ball didn't get snapped again. Looks like Schoenwolf again on the right side.
False start. Number 75 offense. Still 3rd down.
Well, that's called being so upset at yourself on one play you screw up the next one.
That's why these offensive linemen love college football so much better. They never call their numbers out when they make the penalty.
So now it is third down again. Jones long up the field, and that's a 1st down reception at the 45-yard line of Barcelona. Mark Hopkins, a rarely used tight end out of Central Michigan. They caught that ball right at the 1st down stick at the 47 and fell forward to get the yardage.
You know, look at number 78 left side of your screen, R.C. Mullen. He moved before the snap, but doesn't get called. A long post pattern for a tight end. A good catch as he's double covered.
Now Eric Jones running left on the option. Run out nicely by the Dragons, and Jones gets just a couple.
That's how you defend the option. Charles Fryer, number 29, came up to take the pitch man, Kenny Bell. So Eric Jones had to turn it upfield where Alford made the tackle.
You know, Dave, this game very much now has the feel of a college game. Two option quarterbacks who are throwing the ball well, running the ball with few penalties. The game is flying by. We're down to 6.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. From the 43 of Barcelona, Eric Jones off the hands of Willie Boyer and incomplete.
There you see Eric Jones getting up. The pass thrown a little behind Boyer. And the reason it was thrown behind Boyer is you watch Jones just back up here, and he is going to get hammered as he releases the ball. Steve Alford, number 61, and then there's pressure up the middle from Getz. Ball thrown a little behind, but notice quarterback, he's keeping his eye on his receiver.
Barcelona is plus 16 in sacks this year. Terrific statistic. 16 more sacks than their opponents. Big reason why defenses move it, but don't always score. Flags are down as that one is incomplete for Stacy Mobley. Correct that. Hopkins was the intended receiver. Mark Hopkins in this flag.
Illegal motion. Number 83 offense.
They got to turn this down, make it a 4th down in an obvious punting situation. They are not in field goal range
Penalty for illegal motion is declined. 4th down.
And it'll be 4th down and 8 from the 43 of Barcelona. That is 4 times now that Birmingham has crossed midfield in this game.
Willie, you okay?
This time the Fire move at 37 yards and have to bring Maggio in to punt. That's a good kick. And the Dragons let it bounce, and Birmingham will down it inside the 5. Thomas Woods took a gamble, ran up under it, and the Dragons will be pinned back deep in their territory.
Welcome back to Barcelona. The Dragons leading 8-0 here in the 3rd quarter. We've tracked down Ken Stabler. Ken's working for Birmingham Radio. Let's listen into what Ken's got to say.
He has really played an excellent ball game here.
Going in at the halftime.
time, Matt. He was 14 for 15 and just as hot as a branding iron. And right now it's time for our defense to do what they've done all year long, is to keep this Dragon team pinned deep in the end zone. Right there has been a good chance for interception, but to keep them pinned and make field position work in our favor right here.
Along the far sideline, he was looking for his receiver over there. It was incomplete. And in the second half, he has not been as sharp as he was in the first.
Sharp, but I think what happens is you go in.
Okay, fellas, that's what a real play-by-play sounds like. Over to you guys.
Hotter than a branding iron, huh?
And our defense. That's one I like. Speaking of our defense, this is their defense, Birmingham. There was a collision on that pass play. Two defensive backs. We had Holland and Miller just collided, and what just a shot. It'll be on the upper left-hand portion of your screen. Rice dropping back and deep in his end zone. Now watch this collision. Boink. Looks like Norman, he just, he didn't get hit. The hit went through him.
John Miller is okay. It's the other player that is the one that has not gotten up. Wow. See John Holland standing there also. We're obscured from the player. We have 5 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. This is the first player that we've had seriously shaken up in the game. Barcelona leading 8-0. Kenny Stabler looks like he could still get out there and sling a few. I understand James Henry is the injured Birmingham player.
Again, Norman is the receiver down the left side, and it looks as though he almost cushions this. You know, he's right in the middle, but he doesn't really take the blow. And that was number 45 on the left, James Henry. It appeared to take a shot right through to his chin.
While the medical staff continues to attend to James Henry, we'll take a break and return to Barcelona in a moment.
The final conflict between good and evil has begun. Brad Davis, Anthony Dennison, Child of Darkness, Child of Light. Tomorrow at 7.
A copycat killer imitates Jack the Ripper. James Spader stars in Jack's Back, the USA movie, tomorrow at 2, 1 Central.